Yeah.
I'm home, it's my time, give me room, let me shine. I'm so high off alive, all my dreams came alive. My reflection is me, and I like what I see. Give me room, let me shine, let me shine.
Welcome to Radiant Voices, where creators and visionaries are sharing their stories. I am your host, Amber Turner. Thank you so much for taking a moment out of your day to be here with me today. We all live busy lives, so I'm grateful you are spending it with me right now. This episode of Radiant Voices is brought to you by Making a Difference Dinner, and this year's dinner is to benefit autism. Join Making a Difference Dinner, hosted by Emmy Award-winning reporter and KOAA's Elizabeth Watts, in the magnificent ballroom at Hotel Elegante and Conference Center in Colorado Springs on January 13th, 2018. We are excited to have best-selling author Temple Grandin as one of our keynote speakers at this event. And I just got word that Mark Randall, former Denver Nuggets player and coach, will also be a part of this amazing night. So I am so excited for this night. We have secured special room and accommodation rates for guests that are coming out of town. So for more information on this event, definitely visit us at makingadifferencedinner.com. So today on this show and this episode, I am so excited to have Hannah Hamblin, business, career, and life coach. So Hannah, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Amber, for having me.
Absolutely. So before you became a life coach, I am sure there were some things that shaped you into the person you are today and led you to this career. So I want to take it back a little bit to when you were a child. So I read that you were born in Kingston, Jamaica. So can you tell us a little bit about life growing up there and life as a child?
Oh, sure. I was raised in Kingston, Jamaica by my great-grandmother with some other siblings, cousins and relatives. We were brought up by our great-grandparents while our parents came to America to, try to make a better life for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was raised up with I think it was about maybe 6 of us. We were basically cousins. And poor community, but close community.
Mm-hmm.
We spent a lot of time in the yard playing games, doing things like that.
So I also read that you came to America to seize opportunities to grow as a professional. So were there not a lot of opportunities there?
Well, not as much, especially when I was found out that I was visually impaired,
Mm-hmm.
because when I started school as a youngster, it was discovered that I had difficulties seeing the blackboard. And my great grandmother, sent the word to my father, and they wanted to try to get me to America to really see what was happening with my eyesight. So, for medical reasons, and also, of course, as I came to America, developed a love, over years for entrepreneurship, starting my own business, and then the opportunity does appear for someone that is also disabled.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't stop you. That's the wonderful thing about America. So much
Yeah.
things you can do, even if you're disabled, what have you. If you have a will and you want to do it, there's all types of resources that's available for you, which I think that's really impressive.
Yeah, sure. I'm just curious too. Coming from Jamaica to America, was that a culture shock, or how was it? And what age did you come to America?
I came around 10, so it wasn't really a culture shock. I'm more in America. I was spent more of my years in America than in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up in Jamaica, being that most of our parents was here, we hear so many wonderful things about America. So we look forward to coming here and, exploring what America would be like and so forth. So it wasn't a culture shock.
Okay. Interesting. So I want to fast forward a little bit to establishing your business. Your mission is to help others improve their business and personal growth. So I want to know what led you to know that that was your mission, because for many of us, we have the hardest time trying to find our purpose. I mean, you hear that all the time, like, what is my purpose? So, what in your life was a defining moment for you to say, this is it, that you want to help others in their respective lives and businesses?
I mean, it took me years to actually find out. I always knew that I was a entrepreneur at heart because over my years, I was always, getting involved with selling something. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
even as a child in Jamaica, when we spent a lot of time outdoors, so we had to create our own toys and stuff by using what we had. So I remember we would play store a lot and pretending having our own business,
Mm-hmm.
having a shop, having customers. And we had a big tamarind tree in our yard, and we used to pick the tamarind tree and make balls and sell them. So that's a spirit that was always in me. And over the years, I tried a lot of, excuse me, a lot of different businesses, Avon, Mary Kay. I was always selling something.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying out different things. And I've always gotten a lot of compliments to people telling me how much I inspire them, in spite of me being physically challenged by my sight, how I was always getting involved with something and motivation of people throughout the years. Years later, when I came across life coaching and business coaching, I was like, maybe this is something I can actually do because I've always been told how much I inspire people. So I'm saying, why not try it to take it even further, I guess I should say.
Sure, absolutely. And it's always great to hone in on those strengths that we have to find out what we're good at, especially when it comes to business. So,
Yes.
as far as your business, like, what do you exactly do with life coaching?
Well, as of like, this is, like I said, a new venture for me, but what I do is I want to help clients to find out what it is that they, find out what it is that they want to do with their life. And once they know that, we try to come up with a goal, put a plan together, finding out where they want to go, and try to come up with a plan of how to get there. And as a life coach, what I do, I hold them, just like a coach, I hold their hands, hold them accountable, until they reach what is it that they're trying to reach.
Hmm. So, what is someone's personal power?
Well, for me, it's your inner strength, your determination, to make up in your mind that whatever it is, you're going to not give up, you're not going to quit until you accomplish that goal. And for me, Christ has been my inner strength. And
Hmm.
I believe, and He has given me the strength to do what we do.
So, I'm curious. It's someone's determination. So, does everyone have a personal power?
I believe maybe, I think so, yes.
Yeah. Can you share with the audience maybe 3 ways that one can take massive action to spark change in their life?
Well, they can take massive action by coming up with a plan every day. Like, for instance, if you have a business goal, you write down your goals and okay, you might say, okay, what is it, how many sales do I have to do to reach this goal? So you have a certain amount of steps that you're going to take every day, and whether it's making 20 calls every day or whether it's also reading a motivational book that might help you to get started, and just taking massive actions every day, whether
Hmm.
it's calling people, you know um, I guess whatever that plan might be, just implementing it, taking the
Hmm.
actions to put it into fruition.
To execute.
Yes.
So, with your coaching business, what is prevalent? What is a prevalent issue that you see people dealing with on an ongoing basis? Because, kind of to go back to um, personal power and determination. I think we've all experienced in our lives where we've met people that perhaps give up on things too soon. Is it that they do have that determination and maybe they're just not dealing with it, or
Yeah.
what would your advice be on that?
I would say never ever quit, never ever give up, even if you've come to that point where you feel okay, it's not working. If you want it bad enough, it depends on how bad the person want it. There's going to be times in your life where you do feel like, wow, like for myself, I've tried so many different businesses, and
Mm-hmm.
I know that I wanted to do business, but I wasn't sure exactly what,
Yeah.
type of business. So even if you did something and you realize, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Once you know, okay, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, it's just to keep going and never to quit, never to give up. If you have a weak moment, you just pull back a little, but then you make up in your mind to get back up again,
Yeah.
pick up that mantle again.
So in your business, is that probably like the biggest issue that you see in people is the endurance to make it through things, or what is like an
I would say
on?
to see it through, just to really make up in your mind, because in life there will be obstacles,
Yeah,
and there
sure.
is going to be things to sidetrack you along the way, and you got to somehow be able to say, okay, I want this bad enough. No matter what happens, life happens, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to not stop until I see this goal come to fruition.
Sure, yeah. And like typically, at what point do people come to you for coaching? Do they usually reach like a breaking point? And do you experience people not breaking through?
Well, I think when they realize, okay, I might need some help. I might need someone to motivate me. Just like a coach helps someone, playing sports. The, the player is there, but they still need that coach to keep them accountable. Okay, there's a certain amount of exercise you have to do. You have to stick to a certain diet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think most of the time people just want to have somebody to help them to be accountable.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that
and it brings
accountability
people
is
along.
like so important, right?
Yes.
So what, like, in your opinion, when it comes to people not breaking through and like actually like getting through to being successful, is there usually like a block? And if there is, like, is there a common block?
They might not be motivated enough, or maybe want that enough, or also they might not be willing to do what it takes. You might want it, but you have to be willing to do what it takes to get to that level. And some people might not, want to go that far with it. They want it, but they might not want to put in the time. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like a player on the basketball field or what have you. They have the ones that succeed have to be willing to spend that time exercising, like those years preparing, eating right or whatever it takes. So some people might not have that level of commitment as needed.
Mm-hmm. And your faith is something that you share as something that has made you who you are. So, how has it shaped you, and how do you think it helps you understand others in your coaching business?
Well, my faith has helped me a lot, especially um, when I lost my sight. That's when I really had to come to my senses and try to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to make it? Um, the whole new, as you can imagine, a whole new way of life that I would have to get used to and accept and be willing to do whatever I had to do to go on my life. So that was, I believe, my turning point for me, losing my sight. And having to really turn to the Lord, and especially at that time as a single mother as well. So that was a turning point for me. I was taught from early years. Scripture said, train up a child the way they should grow. When they get old, they won't depart. So I do remember in Jamaica as a child, our grandmother would always make sure before we go to bed, we would say the Lord's Prayer and so forth. But I think when you go through your own experience in life and you come to that turning point, you realize, wait a minute, I can't do this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
God help me to accept what it is I'm facing. And then, you start seeking. So I started to go back to what I was taught. I had to get to know the Lord for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And He gave me the courage, He gave me the strength to get to the next level, to go on and realize He's still in full control. He knows all about me. He knows about my losing my sight. So I had to trust that, and I had to just keep um, praying and depending on Him as I went on and started to accomplish this. In spite of losing my sight, I got stronger, and that's how I would encourage people as well to know that, look, God knows everything about you. In spite of whatever the challenges are, you can still make it. It's hard, but I believe with God all things are possible.
Mm-hmm. And I bet like those obstacles, I would suspect, allows you a really in-depth perspective on people that are having to overcome these obstacles in their personal lives and their business. So just for you having that perspective and having to have overcome these obstacles just allows you to resonate with your clients more.
It does, and it gives me a compassion.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Uh,
yes. Isn't compassion like so important when it comes to life coaching?
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Does give me that deep
Mm-hmm.
compassion to want to see other people succeed, no matter what challenges they might be facing as well.
Yeah. And from starting your own coaching business, what personal challenge did you learn from starting this business?
Well, from starting it, I learned that it's going to be challenges. You have to. You might have one plan, and maybe things might not go 100% how you thought it was going to go. Maybe you might not get clients as fast as you thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out a way. Okay, how am I going to run this business? How am I going to maintain, the business costs and so forth, and still hang in there until you develop your book of business or your clients and so forth, and get people to actually want to get to know you and get customers. It's when you first start a business,
Yeah.
it takes time. You
Yeah.
have to get the word out there, and people have to actually trust you in a way and believe that you can help them.
Sure, yeah, and I'm curious because for a lot of business owners, and getting customers and getting clients is probably like the hardest thing to do. So, do you have like a personal story or any advice in that arena that will lend to maybe getting more customers and clients and things like that?
Well, I would say a lot of you can start by, because everybody might not have a big budget that they might need at first. So just kind of start with who you know and by
Mm-hmm.
referrals,
Okay.
and as people get to know you through referrals and stuff, then you can start branching out with like online marketing, search engine optimization, things like that as well.
Yeah, I love that.
As, yeah, as you grow your business.
Yeah, I love that. Referrals is yeah, and like and sometimes it's like hard for a lot of people to even want to reach out to people that they know, because it's like there's like some unspoken rule, like don't reach out to your friends and family, and like don't sell to them and stuff like that, but they really can be your biggest asset.
They can't. Yes, I don't. I understand the feeling.
Hmm. Oh, I do too.
I want to reach out to my friends and family, but
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
and that's fine, but maybe someone you work with, you
Yeah.
know, and that might be a little easier. Because
Yeah.
I understand, especially for myself, always approaching them about this business and that
Yeah.
one different, you know.
Girl, I so understand because I'm the one that had tried so many different things, and then like talking to my family, I'm like, I'm doing this now. And they're like, "Oh, so you're doing this now?" I'm like, "Yes." Like I totally understand that, but I think like for me, especially in the beginning, it's really an exploration. Like I think it's important to do that and to figure out what you like and what you don't like and what you're good at and what you're not good at. And so I think it's important to do that, but it also at the same time, um, you sometimes can leave you with a reputation, so to speak.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah. So I would love to know, what was your biggest victory from your business?
Well, my biggest victory actually, okay, I started my life coach, but I also have my inspirational website.
Okay.
And I would say, like, within a month after I had it going, I was so shocked. I actually got, paid customers, somebody that went to the website that I didn't know and ordered a T-shirt. I was like really
Wow.
excited about that.
Yeah.
And, you know, little orders started coming in here and
Hmm.
there. So, okay, this is a possibility then.
Yeah.
At least I have some interest, and you try to scale from it. Well, how did I get this person, and try to develop? So that's what I'm still doing even now. But the small sales and stuff along the way encourages me to keep it going because obviously somebody likes it somehow.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Like I can see that. Like that first sale is just like,
Right.
amazing. So, before we get into a few wrap up questions, where can people connect with you online and learn more about you?
They can connect with me at www.cherishjesus.com. Right now, I am working on my Hannah Life Coach website. So my phone number is on that cherishjesus.com. They can always send me an email as well if they're interested in checking out some of my products on that site or even life or business coaching. They can reach me through cherishjesus.com.
Excellent, excellent. So, last week on the show, I shared my opinion on what a radiant voice means to me. So, in your opinion, what makes a radiant voice?
I would say someone that makes a difference, that has touched someone's life, and someone that is determined, never give up, and
Hmm.
if you can help somebody along the way, I believe that's a radiant voice. It might be just an encouraging word, whispering a prayer, or just saying you can make it.
Hmm.
I believe
Beautiful.
that's a radiant voice.
Yes, fantastic. And I'm a big advocate for learning the lesson from our struggles. And when I say struggles, I'm using air quotes, but because this is a podcast, you can't see me, but struggles. And I would love to know, what was a big obstacle you endured in your life, and in hindsight, what did you learn from it?
Well, a big obstacle in my life was I had to start it when I lost my physical sight. I had to start everything over. I didn't complete high school, so I had to still get my GED, and then I had to learn Braille at the same time,
Hmm.
and I also had to learn to use a cane. So those were definitely challenges. I had to be patient, and I had to be willing to do what it takes to learn these new skills as a new way of life for me.
Yeah. And I think patience is like a
Oh,
good lesson to learn. Like for me, oh my goodness, I'm always a lot of the things that I endure every day is teaching me patience.
yes, I've definitely learned to be patient.
Yes. So now, using your radiant voice, what has been your life's deepest insight, and what would you say to the listeners to help create the life they want?
I would say just try to once you figure out and you focus in on exactly what you want to do, just have that determination that, you know what, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. If I do fall down, I'm going to get back up again. And I'm going to be willing to do whatever it takes to till I get to the finish line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you're a living testament of that. And I think that it's beautiful that you've tried different things, and you don't let um, I I don't even like to say failure, because it probably, like, it's not even a failure. It's a lesson, in my opinion. I think that they just need to X failure out the dictionary and put lesson instead. But to keep going and to really find your life's purpose. And it's because it can be a lot of people allow things not working out and trying different things, and not working out, discourage them from continuing. And like you said, determination is everything.
Yes. And it's a part of the journey.
Yes.
It's like Thomas Edison. If he had given up, you know, he tried over, 900 and something times.
Yeah.
He hit it with the electricity.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Yes, I agree. It's part of the journey
Mm-hmm.
of discovering exactly what is your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And thank you so much for that. And thank you, Hannah, for joining me on today's show. It definitely was a pleasure, and I'm so grateful for your insights for today's episode.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And next time on the show, we will have Jenny Nadler, author of the remarkable new book, Spiritual Anatomy, Realigning Body and Soul. I am really excited to gain insight from her and to hear her radiant voice. And again, many thanks and blessings to you all. And until next time, let your light shine.
Yeah. Come home, it's my time, give me room, let me shine. I'm so high off alive, all my dreams came alive. My reflection is me, and I like what I see. Give me room, let me shine. Let me